Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the tiny live stream where I got a tiny little enterprise. Welcome to Sick Jim. Hey Jim, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to Johnny. How's it going, Johnny? Good to see you. So I'm working on this little scratch built book nook thing that I'm calling the day before yesterday's enterprise. So I'm pretty close to the end of the little TOS guy here. I gotta paint the top. I'm gonna paint this. I got some paint in here that I was using on. Here's my Voyager. There's where I'm at so far on that. I got the first panel, hull panel color painted, unmasked. There's the bottom. That's not too bad. So I'm going to go around again and get some of those unpainted panels with another gray color and then do highlights, sort of something like an Aztec pattern. I know that Voyager doesn't have an Aztec decal pattern, but it's my ship and I'll do what I want. So there's that. So I'm going to use that color. I'm just going to hit it up here anyways and see how good it looks. See if it looks close enough. If it's not, then I'll pick a different color. Sound good? Sounds good. So let's get a little paint on here. Johnny says it's good, good. Right on, right on. This looks like a pretty good color. Close enough for me anyways for this tiny thing. So what's going on, Johnny? How you doing tonight, buddy? What are you guys up to? Let's see if I can spin that around. Get in that neck area. Johnny says, watching hockey, watching you do your thing. Right on. Ricardo's here too. Hey, Shark. How's it going, Ricardo? Good to see you. Good to see you. So who's playing the good old hockey game tonight? The good old hockey game. Okay, so I've light blocked the inside of this again. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint the top. Toronto versus the Sharks. Uh-oh. We go, Ricardo. right, let's give that a minute. All right, so I was just giving it a little blast with the heat there to kind of give it a head start. All right, I'm going to turn the lights on so I can test and make sure everything's still working. Let's get the wires here. Tiny little wires. Tiny, tiny. Tiniest string. All right. Okay, so we need a little paint on the top here. Okay, got a little bit of smoothing work I got to do right there. So it's going to need another coat of paint. Happy with the color though. I don't have to try to mix another color for it. That one's pretty good. That color is this right here, light gull gray. Light gull gray is what I got there. Todd says it's Jody Wednesday time. Why is that? Why is it Wednesday time? It's Thursday. Are you saying it's Wednesday time because it's boring like Wood Wednesday? Because I wasn't talking? Oh, he says Thursday, damn it. Oh. I thought you said Wednesday because it was quiet and I wasn't talking. All right. Let's get this guy on here. So I got to clean off the little dome. I want to give this a little blast so I can handle it. All right, so I'm not gonna. Oh, you caught up on the airbrush hose there. So right there, I'm not gonna worry about getting too nice with the paint right on the back there yet, because I realize that I have some work to do there. I got to do a little bit of sanding and groom that seam a little bit. Guess I forgot to do that. So I'll give it a little bit of time to dry. I'll glue the top on. So the cool thing about working with these little models is I can just use my Omni Fixie here. I'll just stick that right on there like that. And that is good to go. Let's see, I got a little okay, so I got these little pipettes right here. So I'm just gonna take the end of one, put it on my glue vial, trim there. Nice little precision knobble. precision nozzle. I was going to say precision nozzle, but it's a nozzle. It's a nozzle. Todd says, this week has been a messy blur. Yeah, I guess you've been pretty busy getting your house in order, putting all that together. Let me see if I can move this a little more. There we go. There we go. Stay tight. Camera thing's all loose. So yeah, you've been busy with your house stuff, eh? It's gonna be a big relief when you're done with that. It's when you get to settle down in there, start working on stuff. Should put the glue on this piece. It'll probably be easier. If I can line this up. The centaur. Let's see, says, yep, movers come on the 17th. Till then, it's been shopping, phone holds with utilities, getting deliveries, still working on the final fixes from the super. Oh, you mean like little fixes in where you're living now before you move out? Or fixes on the little things in the house before you're in there? Be glad once we're in, yeah. You'll be majorly relieved. Okay. So I guess I didn't get enough glue on there. It's not sticking down. What you looking for? So I gotta open this up. I guess I put such a small amount of glue that it just kind of dried before it stuck on there. So I'll see if I can get it to soak in the crack there. Hopefully that doesn't wreck my paint too much. Little things on the new house. Paint flaws, small damages. Ah, cool. Oh, this one has no rubber things on it. This one does. Okay, untangle that before it gets broken. Let's just have a little peek at her. There, some of the windows. Couple in the neck aren't that bright. Oh, I forgot to drill all the windows around the... that's going to be tough to do. All right, let's do that. I remember now that I noticed last week when I streamed on Saturday, that was like the last thing I noticed, and I said, "Oh, I gotta drill those windows out." Okay, so it's been a while since I drilled any tiny holes. I gotta find my my bits. Too tiny, perhaps? There's one out that I was using. Oh, I forgot to mention. So this is working good right here. So right, this coupling right here, if anyone's got one of these, this nut has this gasket in there, and mine's getting it's all like deteriorating, and it's all frayed from screwing it in and out and moving it around. It gets all worn down, and it's all raggedy, and it was being weird. So I used a piece of this old mat here, and I just replicated the shape of the gasket here with the ring with this kind of soft cutting mat and replaced it. So if you got one of these, just keep an eye out on your little rubber seal that goes on the cup there. Todd says, "Good thinking." Yeah, well, it works. Here's one of the ones that I made that didn't quite work because I didn't get my center hole in the right place, so I didn't bother finishing the edge of it. That's why it's not nice and round. But the one I got in there, I finished the edge and sanded it all nice and round. Seems to be working so far. Okay, so I should have one of these little bits already out here somewhere. Might be too big. I'm gonna get one of these little ones. See, the thing is, when they're so small, you can't even see that there's a window there. You can't even see the hole in the first place. Where are you? All right, so we're gonna go with this one. Okay, so I need did it on this one, so I'll just look at where the holes are on this guy, where the lights are. So there's like 2 in the front. There's like a row of 3, and then some spaced out ones. Okay, so there's 3, 1 low one. Looks like I gotta poke a couple out there. There's paint in them. Never noticed. All right. Easy peasy. Put on my lookies so I can see. Turn the compressor off. Ah, pupula. Yeah. So that one kind of low one. And there's a space. I'm just going to do 3. It's not so complicated. All right, so rookie mistake. I put those little clamps on there and messed up my paint, but that's okay. I got more paint in the paint machine. It's probably gonna leave a big gross scuff mark, but I'm not all that concerned. It's gonna be very hard to see that. Ran out of paint. Perfect timing. All right, just gonna mute for a second. I'm gonna use the heat gun. Okay. So I want to give this a little time to dry before I start getting in there, start scratching that up, working on the back. So I'm going to put it to the side and let's get the little refit out. And where shall I put this guy? Just gotta find a safe place to put it. Over there should be good. There we go. Using the Schmegel box. All right, let's get some mini sills out. Get the top. So we got one. We got one with these panel lines, and we got one without the panel lines. You know, I should probably use the one that has the panel lines, even though they're raised. Not supposed to be raised. But this one's perfectly smooth. There's like no detail. But hold on, I think this has the Aztec decals, right? Yeah. Actually, if it does, I think it's better to use the smooth one. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think, Todd, if you're still there? Because this has the little sheet for the decals. It's like Aztec sheets. That's much easier if I use the smooth one, right? Right. Where's the box? Yeah. Where's the box? And they're not in there. Of course they're not in there. Let's see. Big plastic envelope. Hold on. Oh, I'll have to find it, but I have it somewhere. I put them all together. All the ships have the little decal sheets for the Reliant, for the Refit, for the NX. They're very small sheets, and then there's like a couple of sets on each one. It says you can add fine lines with pencil. Well, it's got the Aztec decals. I just got to find the sheets. The ridges are just wrong. Yeah, if it was like scribed in lines, that would be fine. But I'm not going to do. It's too small to do what I did on the 2500 Enterprise D, because it also had raised lines like that. It was the same as this. It had the raised panel lines. So what I did was I scribed them with my blade. I went beside it with the blade, or just followed the edge of the line, each one all the way around, and then I sanded off the ridges afterwards, so that I had carved lines instead of raised lines, because it's just easier to do decals. They go on smoother, better. and nicer. This is far too bright. There we go. Okay, so now for this guy, so this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to... Don't have a lot of room. I don't need a red one. No, I don't think I'm going to worry about... Wow. I can put a small SMD in there and put some red paint in there and green paint for marker lights. Instead of trying to get a resistor in there and put a red light, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be using those little noodles, which I got to find. And I'm looking for this. So I can open this. Open that up. What is on my glasses? I can't see shit. That's better. Okay, open this one up. Actually, I'll leave that one closed because if I have them all open, I'll get confused as to which one's which. So I got to see if one of those little noodles is going to even fit in there. Oh, do I have any left? Have the long ones. Oh, there we go. There we go. So get two of these little guys out. And we'll get two of these little guys out. I'll twist. All right, so let's get one of these guys and see if it even fits in there and I'm able to close it. I think so. We don't have a lot sticking up over the edge there. Mm-hmm. Like that. Okay, so we got room. It fits. Just barely. All right, I need some black paint. Airbrush cleaner. Ooh, that's nice. Beautiful lemon meringue pie. Nice. That's what all the noise was. It was the cake mixer.
Sorry, I was beating it.
Mary was beating it. She's making a meringue. I will post pictures in Discord later for all you food pornographers. For you horny food guys. All right, where's my little sucking thing? Come here, little sucking thing. There you are. Okay, so we got some Tamiya flat black here. It's pre-thinned. Oh yeah, pre-thinned ahead of time. Okay, my little lights here. Okay, just gonna put those up here. Okay. So one advantage of this side cup here is I can turn this, have my airbrush vertical if I need to, or upside down, whichever way. Except for, like, you know, pretty much turning it to the side. Don't really have to do that very much. All right, let's get some of that on this one too. All right, let's get another coat on these. The ridges are just wrong. Yes, okay. Still the same comment, yeah. Yeah, I don't like it with the raised ridges. I don't know why they do that. I guess it's easier to mold something. There's a hard time coming out of the mold when it's that small. If they're the other way, it gets stuck maybe. Not sure what the reason for that is. But yeah, it seems to be the smaller models have the raised lines. They don't seem to be doing that on the newer kits, though. Well, actually, let me take a look at that box again. I'm pretty sure that the NX has panel lines. We got some, yeah. So the NX01 has carved panel lines, which is nice for one this small. And then if we look at the Reliant, well, that just has no lines. It's just smooth like the refit. And then we got one of these guys that does have panel lines, and then we got one that doesn't. We've got a smoothie and panel. So these are all just pressed together. They're not built or finalized or done or anything. I was just playing around with them, see if I could come up with ideas to do something, make them different, a little defiant. It's so wee. It's so wee. So I'm going to play around with those once I come up with ideas of what to do with them. But for now, we're doing the little tiny enterprises. So I got to pop this open and I'll paint inside here too. Oh, I think this is blocking it. There we go. Those out for now. Oh, you know, should have taken out those pins. Okay, so that's gonna dry. I'll do that. I'll take those pins out once it's ready. Once it's dry and I'm ready to work on that part. But for now, let's work on the little nacelle, the tiny nacelle. Tiny. Let's get a fresh piece here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. That. I lost the other one already. I have. Right, find it later. Okay, we need solder. Let's get this airbrush out of the way for now. Get the solder on. There. Okay, so I'm going to use these tiny wires that are from the excess wires from those tiny SMDs. Just got a piece of solder here. Put a little flux on that. Okay, so that's the opposite end. I need a blue one. I need a blue one. Put a little there. Don't need that on right now. All right, now we'll get the red one. Like a smarty. Okay, so I just need to expose a bit of wire here so I can test it. Here we're at 3 volts, 2.97. All right, boomy, boom, boom. There we go. Okay, so is this here or is it here? All right, so it's just this. Sometimes that has a hard time keeping connected. All right, so you can't glue these. So I should have some clear. Got a few left. Okay, that's pretty bright. Pretty bright. Oh yeah, so I gotta scrape off the. So this one's gonna be the inside. Yeah. I gotta unblock that. It'll be easier to just clean it off than to make a little mask for that. But I should have some clear tubes somewhere. Some of these shrink tubes here, because you can't glue this down. Oh, that's the dish parts. That's the deflector. there. Okay, well, that kind of sucks. Here maybe? Actually put them away. Oh, this is boring. All right, so I got a little container somewhere. Has a little clear shrink tube in it. Oh, that's not one. Okay, well, I guess I'm not doing that. I have to think of another way to get it to stick. That was a waste of time. So stick here, okay. So I can kind of see the outline of it. Okay, so we'll go from right here. That's not good. Not sharp enough. Hi, bird. Hi, bird. Hi. Hello. Hello there. Hello. Well, hello there. Hi, bird. Are you going to bed? Are you going to bed? Is it bedtime?
Yeah, it's possible.
Hi, buddy. Oh, boy, thank you. Hi, pretty bird. You want to say goodnight? Hi, pretty bird. Want to say goodnight? Good night, little guy. All right. That'll do. That'll do. Just nicely.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, let's get this guy right there. And right there. Okay, so I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get that to stay in there without being able to glue it. Also, I need to get rid of that. I need the ball. Yeah, that light's fine.
I'll turn it back on. Looks good.
No, that light has no effect over here. Ooh, nice picture. My wife just showed me her tarts and pies. Pies and tarts. Where's my ball? Where's the ball? Where? I can't find the ball, Burr. Oh, I hate myself. I never put anything away and I can never find anything. So we'll try the tile cutting one. This should do just as good. It's just a little more dangerous, that's all. Just slightly more dangerous. That's why. I'm not gonna worry. You know what? I'll just clip those off. Or just clippy those off. Let's do little clippy clips. If I can find those. There we go. Look at that. I actually found something. What do you know? What do you know about that? What do you know about that? Okay. I'll paint that after. Let's get my light. I really, really wish I could find those clear shrink tube pieces. I only had like 3 of them left, but I only need 2. Only need 2. I can't secure this down. Well, I guess I could. It'll just stick. It'll just hold in place. Yeah, okay. So you can still glue to these ones. So I'll just get a little piece and I can glue the end because I want to put some on there anyway. So you gotta have something. Like a clear one would have been nice because it just covers the whole. It'll just cover the whole thing, right? Burn it some more. Keep on burning that finger. Okay, so I can see where the lights are. The lights are facing this way. So I want that facing down. Okay, take advantage of this clip here. Right like that. Right like that. Okay, so the position lights, are they on the tail of the nacelle? Are they at the back? Does anyone know this? Or the marker lights are not on the front, they're at the back, right? Just like the Reliant. Yeah. They're at the back. There's no bump or nothing on this. All right. Let's get one of these. That wire is going to go back. There for now. All right, so I need one of those. I need a hole. It'll be just a lot easier to put that in position. Actually, I kind of need to, because if I put a little light in there and then try to drill a hole, I'll probably drill into my light. So instead of drilling into my light, put this together. Clamp it up. A little bit right here. There we go. All right. So that's gonna go there. Put this guy back in the clamps. That's I want this guy facing right there. Sorry. Okay. So I got to try to tie these two together now before it leaves that, because I don't want to try to have to run a whole bunch of wires down this thin little thing here. I'm not even sure yet how I'm going to do it. I guess I can make a little groove, run them through the groove, probably on the edge right here. So that means this is going to be like this, like that. So I want to make a hole right at the end, right there, through that. Okay. It's so tiny. Just gonna put a little scrape right there. So now we're gonna start. Okay, so I need blue to the blue, the red to the red. It's gotta be right like that. Let me just think about this for a second or two. I can take as much time as I want. Nobody's watching anyway. If you are watching, say hi in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you're doing anything. If you're working on any models or if you're just hanging out watching this so you can go to sleep. So I want to try to splice them together inside the thing so I don't have 4 wires coming out. I don't have a lot of space to do that, so the red one's got to come over. That's gonna. Oh! That needs to be just a little bit bigger. Should be able to fit 2 of them through there now. Steve's here. Hey, Steve. I'm watching from the shadows. Shadow Steve. Watching from the shadows. How's it going tonight there, buddy? Are you in your workshop? Okay, you know what? Maybe I will just have 4 wires. It's too small to... It's too small for me to try to get in there and link the wires together. So I'll do another hole like this. Okay. Get those separated. Put the blue one through, which is the blue one on the marker light. Steve says, been somewhat unproductive recently. I will get in gear. I know how that is, man. I get like that. I go for little periods of time where I don't want to. It's either I don't feel like working on the model, or I feel like working on the model, but then I know that I have to do video editing and I don't feel like doing that because it's tedious and I don't have a lot of patience. Of course I have patience for you.
Except for me for some reason.
You gotta have patience for your wife. Nope. You are not. So should I put the 2 blue ones together? Gotta take this out of here. I just need to rework that hole just a little bit. I gotta dig it into the edge. Oh yeah. Just gotta dig it into the edge of the inside. Like that. And same right here. I don't know if we'll even be able to see that, but I got in underneath there. And I just sort of made a bit of a channel into the void so that the wire has a bit of room to come out. Steve says, yeah, easy to find patience for a pretty face. That's right. More than that, my wife's a really cool person too. there it is. There it is. Okay, so let's see if we can get this in here again. Get the blue one. That's not the blue one I want. I want this blue one. So small. Of course it wrapped around. Okay, so I'm going to put the two blue ones together on one side, and I'll put the two red ones on the other side. I think. Yep. Because that way, I'm thinking it'll be easier to wire together like that. Then I don't have to cross them over later on. So I want a small bit of glue right there. And I want wires in here. Oh, it's going to get in the way. Gotta see if I can get it out of there now. It's probably going to interfere. There we go. Just enough. I need it off the surface. Let's see if I can get rid of a little bit of this shrink tube. Without cutting the wire. All right. Should have plenty of room now. Okay, so the red one, I'm going to try to loop around this way. Let's get a bit of glue right there. Okay, now I want to bring it back. That. Kind of tucks under. Okay. So there we go. Let's put the pile on in. Just to see what's going on down below. There we go. So I'm gonna have to make 2 grooves. Down the channel there. Right down there. And I'm gonna need, leave a little extra. Cut those off. Okay. Grab the pen here. All right, I'll try it with my drill bit first. Actually, gonna get a little bit bigger one. That one's kind of small. It's a little too small for what I want to do. It'll just end up snapping. All right. So it's not going to come across on the screen too well, but I'm going to use it like a tiny end mill. If I tilt it down this way a little bit, works pretty good. Once I have a track to follow. Cool. Can't even see that. Anyways, there's a nice groove. Pretty groovy. So again, start vertically. All right, a little bit of effort there, but I think I made a pretty good little trench. All right, let's see. That's not bad. So should be able to bury these wires in that. Hey. Press there. So it's probably going to be uncooperative until I actually glue it into place. It's going to fit. The wires will hide in there just nicely. All right, I think I got to get that attached. I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to need to do the same thing on the other side. So I might as well just do that now. As exciting as it was. Whoa. Okay. That's not the right thing. Let's see. Cut those edges. Okay, there we go. So now that I've done that, I probably could attach that now. Because I don't have to try to handle it that much to do that. You know, maybe I'll put the outside piece on it. Flash on the edge there. Get rid of that. Okay. Should be able to use this now to glue it together. Oh, I should turn it on first. Yeah, turn it on first. Okay. So we got our big blue light. We got our marker light there. So for the for like the crystal, so there's another blue light on here. I'm thinking that there's plenty inside. If I make a hole, put a little lens there, I'll get enough. So it's gotta be on an angle. Okay, let's give this a try. Unhook the wires for now. All right, so I got rid of the paint. It's nice clear plastic. This should work this time. Oh, we got some comments. Let's see what we got. It's been a while. It's Howard. Hey, Howard. Howard's it going?
How is it going?
OMG, they're talking about the toilet seat and the tape that's supposed to stay on the seat in the Orion capsule. I feel it's the most overly engineered thing on that spaceship. Okay. Who knew taking a poo in space was that complicated? Well, yeah, they're trying to have a real toilet, right? Lights are easy compared to that. Well, these lights are easy. It's just 3 little lights. Actually, just 2. I'm gonna fake the third one. Fake it till you make it. So how are you doing there tonight, Howard? Having a nice evening. Hope this closes up enough. I have to put the squeeze on it. Put this weed on there. I have to put this stuff into a smaller bottle. The brush isn't reaching the bottom. Clippy, clippy. Clippy. There. So every time I use this Tamiya extra thin, I sometimes don't wait long enough. Well, almost every time. I don't wait long enough. Gonna leave it in the clamps. We're at midnight. I'm gonna call it a night. And I'm gonna say thanks to everybody that stopped in to say hi, and everybody that's following along with my tiny enterprise book nook diorama. Let's just so I got a little bit of work to do on this little enterprise itself. I'll clean up that back seam, throw some more paint, clear out the windows. There we go. Lights out. Howard says, sore from yesterday's work, probably headed to bed soon. All right. Well, I hope you get some rest. Yeah, heard you had a pretty busy day there yesterday. Let's just turn this light away a bit. Okay, so there we go. We got just got a bit of paint on those. I'll have to clean them off. Gonna put more paint on this. I gotta scrape those. I also gotta clean my windows out because it was too small for me to try to cut a square mask. And I gotta push this down a little bit more too. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put some Tamiya extra thin into that. I'll put a couple of those clips on there. I'll have to repaint this thing with a fresh coat because the clips evidently leave little marks. And I gotta clean up this edge part right here because it's ugly and I forgot to do it before I painted. I should have sanded in there and filed that. So I'll get in there with the disc bay and we'll see if I can smooth this out. Maybe fill it in and try to hide the wires. It's not that noticeable. This thing's going to be facing this way as you're looking at it, so you're not really, you might be able to see this part a little bit, but you're never going to see this one. It's going to be like in the corner, halfway in the nebula or the wormhole or whatever it is. But we might see this one a little, so I'll try to clean that up. Don't even really need to worry about these end caps. We're not going to see those. I'll do the impulse engines just in case we can look at it from the top and see them. Other than that, there's not much left to do on this. Put the deflector on, paint it, clear the little domes, clear some of the windows because there's paint in them. But this thing's good to go. So I'll keep you posted when I pick this up again and continue it. I just may do it sometime this weekend, or I might work on it tomorrow on the group stream on Friday. So until then, keep on trekking, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Let's roll that beautiful starship footage, and we'll be out of here.